Good evening, Bulldogs fans. Welcome to the Plainview Elgin-Melville Bulldog Athletic Complex in Elgin, coming to you on a beautiful September 24th. Sorry about the technical difficulties that we were having there to start, but we are up and going now. And so we are getting ready for the kickoff here. And there is the kickoff from Jacob Gonsanzik. Fielded by Brewer over to Glenn Schmidt, moves it ahead. Badger now with the ball. Alex Jacobs down to Badger. And looks like it was off number 11, down at Conkle. So we have a corner kick. Gander with it. Boyum with the header there, but missed it. And now the ball is going the other way, but stopped by a host of Bulldogs. Caledonia regains possession. And the pitch is looking absolutely beautiful. Boyum ahead, looking for either Jacobs or Badger. Boyum slices in, gets the ball to Jacob Gonsanzik. A little bit of fancy footwork, looking for Badger. Badger trying to beat a couple of Warriors. And so now the Warriors trying to set the ball up. Boyum jumps in front with a header. Sanzik looking for a shot. Glenn Schmidt with the corner kick. Caledonia with the throw in. Boyum knocks it out of bounds. Another throw in. Stolen by Glenn Schmidt. Send the ball ahead for Derek Badger. Badger trying to beat Cole Wozniak. Shot by Alex Jacobs, just a little wide. Ball goes back to Caledonia. And the Bulldogs have another corner kick. Nice shot on goal. Caleb Briggs with the throw in. Caledonia now trying to mount an offense. Now Caledonia with a corner kick. Dominic Conkle with the corner kick. A little wide, but last touch by Bulldogs and out bounds once. We get another corner kick. And a nice grab by goalie Julian Hepner. And so both teams start racing down the field. Hepner with a nice booming kick. Badger with the nice header. Keeps it in bounds. Tries to send it over to Alex Jacobs. Ends up going out of bounds. Badger to Boyum. Boyum to Jacobs. And we have a whistle. And so now Mitch Brewer, the kick. And we have a goal! Jacob Gonstanjek, senior captain. Brewer's initial kick was bounced out, and he was right there to clean it up. And so with that, the Bulldogs jump on the scoreboard first.
Scoring for the Bulldogs, number 24, Jacob Costanza.
And it's another goal! Just over a minute and a half. Jacob Gonstanjek with the second goal of tonight.
Scoring the goal for the Bulldogs, number 24, Jacob Costanza.
Hepner with a nice block. have to bear with us. We're having some technical difficulties here. got a pause in the action here as an injured bulldog gets tended to. Yeah, we've got action back. As Caledonia tries to get on the board. Alex Jacobs ahead to Derek Badger. Back to Jacobs, back to Badger. And a great shot on goal. The goalie blocked it and then bounced right to Jacob Gonsanzik, but then goalie was able to cover it up. Another shot on goal. Caledonia with the shot. Out and back to the Bulldogs. Riley wins, stops the ball from going any deeper into Bulldog territory. Nathan Elias with the throw in. Glenn Schmidt splits the pair of defenders. Shot on goal there by Austin Meyer from Caledonia. Shot went wide. Approaching the 16-minute mark. A game that has really been controlled by the Bulldogs. Badger now clears the ball. Tried to get it over to Jacob Gonstanczyk. Correction, Luke Firkin. Thanks to our excellent camera crew and spotters, Miss Sadie Clark and Miss Julia Arsvold. And Caledonia gets on the board. And I think that was Dominic Conkle with the score.
Scoring for Caledonia, number 17, William Hahn.
Correction there. William Hahn with the score for Caledonia Warriors. And we have a whistle, and the ball goes back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs trying to set up another goal. Caledonia gets the ball across the pitch. Bulldogs escaped a close one there. As number 3, Thomas Bechtel, had set up one of his teammates, but he couldn't quite get there. And originally it was ruled the throw-in for Caledonia, but the other referee corrected that. Alex Jacobs with the throw-in. Now Derek Badger with the throw-in. And looking for Luke Firkin. Couldn't quite get it there. Caledonia now trying to move the ball across the center line. And a little tanglement over there. And the Bulldogs come up with it. And then it goes out of bounds on them. Glenn Schmidt trying to get the ball there for Derek Badger. Some great hustle by both teams. Caledonia in their away white, gold trim and numbers uniform. The Bulldogs in their black with gold. Caledonia moving right to left. Shot on goal, but over the net. And so see what Julian Hepner can do with this. Glenn Schmidt trying to split a couple of defenders. Boyum now. Caledonia's goalie comes out. And Boyum, oh, it looked like Boyum was going to come away with a clean steal. But our official in the center of the field said, not today. Got a bunch of substitutions coming in. We're having some technical difficulties. Alex Jacobs with the shot on goal, but stopped by our Caledonia goalie. We are approaching 7.5 minutes left in this first half. Caledonia now trying to work the ball upfield. And back to Caledonia. Dealt by number 6, Evan Hawkins. Bulldogs with the throw in. Caledonia gets that, trying to work the ball upfield, but ran into a plethora of Bulldogs players there. Stanjic. Over to Schmidt. Over to Jacobs. Back to Gunn Stanjic. Gonna take a shot on goal. The goalie takes a leap and is able to defend it. But it will be, I believe, a corner kick for the Bulldogs. And I believe that is Glenn Schmidt. Great idea. They just couldn't quite pull it off. Schmidt now over to Badger. Takes a shot, but it goes off of a Caledonia Warrior player, so we will have another corner kick, this time from the opposite side of the field. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Schmidt's kick went a little wide. Bulldogs are able to track it down. Mitchell Brewer now stops the forward progress. Throw in by Caledonia. And back to the Bulldogs. Julian Hepner now puts the ball back in play. Williams sends the ball ahead. player knocks it out.
Oh. Oh.
That was the sound effects of athletic director Mr. Scott Flatham realizing that one of his soccer balls might just be lost.
Be in the room. Oh.
Looked like Boyum split the uprights from up here. Under 3 minutes to go. It's been an enjoyable first half. Had lots of action, lots of hustle by both teams. Great job by Riley Wendt. Looked like there might be a breakaway, and he was able to stop that. Julian Hepner with a kick. Glenn Schmidt trying to get to Badger. He's working ahead. He's got Boyum off to his left. Tries to set Boyum up. Just out of his reach. Great job by both Bulldog players as Badger started coming free. Boyum put on the Jets and went streaking down the middle. Another shot on goal. Jacob Gunstancic. He's got 2 goals already tonight in the first half. 22 seconds to go.
20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and.
All right, and so as the first half comes to a close, Caledonia Warriors have won. Your Plainview Melville Bulldogs 2. And happy to bring into the broadcast booth with us PEM math teacher and activities director extraordinaire, Mr. Scott Flatham. And some big news out of MSHSL this week, Mr. Flatham.
Mr. Arswell, I feel like the Tonight Show when Johnny Carson used to have to always rely on the same couple people, Don Rickles. I don't know who else would come on a regular basis. I'm a regular at halftime now. We talked a little bit on Monday night, Mr. Henry and I. Sorry, it was Mr. Matty. About what it looks like, the landscape going forward in high school athletics. And obviously a decision was made Monday to bring back football and volleyball. And we got a schedule this week. We are going to open up football on the road Saturday, October 10th at Caledonia. What do you think of that?
Hey, couldn't start out any better.
Go big.
You know,
Yep. So
the guys were looking forward. I know they were hoping that even if they could only play one game,
right.
They wanted to be Caledonia. Of course, great rivalry in the football world between Caledonia and Plainview Melville dating back to the early 2000s.
Yeah.
and right on this field, some very memorable games. We won't go any farther than that.
Do you think, Mr. Arswell, the hammer will be brought back on Saturday afternoon, October 10th?
I believe there will be a hammer, and that is one of the coolest traveling trophies too. A little history on that one. I don't even remember what year it was. It was one of their first state championships. Caledonia used to set a big sledgehammer on the 50-yard line, and their team would warm up around it, and that the mentality is they were going to be a sledgehammer. And they happened to beat us the first time they brought that out. And I believe Mr. Erkey, our current superintendent, was still coaching. And the next year he called them up and said, hey, bring that hammer back. Let's play for it. And so it's become a traveling trophy now between the two.
That's a good story, Mr. Arswell. I don't remember those days, too. You and I have been around about the same amount of time here, 24, 25 years. So, yeah. Just moving on, we will open up football at home.
Away.
Away, but our home opener for football will be the following week. Still working out the details, football fans, of will that be a Friday night game? The 16th is what it's slated for right now. Or will we play Saturday afternoon? And again, all this changes by the day. But we open up in home versus Red Wing on either the 16th or the 17th right here at the Elgin Complex, a nice stadium for football. Unfortunately, we have to talk about some restrictions, though, right now at the State High School League. And I don't even necessarily think it's a State High School League restriction. We're talking about MDE and MDH here. And if you don't know those acronyms by now, Minnesota Department of Health, Minnesota Department of Education only allows 250 people to be in attendance at the football game. That does not include the players, the officials, or the coaches, but we're setting up a system right now within our district football about how that will look. I think we're going to go with pre-sold wristbands. Oh. So people will not be exchanging any money here at the gates. We will just look for a wristband. If you got one, you bought one in either my office or Red Wings office of athletics, activities. And so we will go with the wristband system, probably still working on those details right now for home games. But again, only 250 people allowed in. And if we can just transition for a second. One more thing maybe about football. I think everybody knows we're only going to play 6 games. Right now, currently, we have Caledonia, Red Wing, Stewartville, Lake City, Cannon Falls, St. Charles, and I might have just gotten to 6 without trying to keep track. We got transitioned to volleyball now. They're being brought back as well. Big discussion at the state about what that looks like, and unfortunately, we're not going to have any fans at all at volleyball. And that's the big thing, being indoors. That was the big issue. I think they debated, Mr. Arswell, at the State High School League more about volleyball than they did football.
I think they did too.
And it had everything to do with being indoors and that close contact and transmission. And so we open up, just kind of solidified their schedule tonight, believe it or not. The football schedule kind of just got published literally this morning around 9 or 10 a.m. But the volleyball just got published tonight. I think we're finally settled on opening with Lake City at home on October 8th.
Wow.
So we open with Lake City at home on October 8th, and then we only are allowed to play twice a week after that. Their season, believe it or not, goes until the end of November.
Really?
And the playoffs for them, which playoffs is kind of a unique word here, we might want to call it culminating event instead of playoffs. Most sports, their seasons got reduced. Football to 6 games, volleyball to 14 games, and volleyball will just have a 2-week postseason as well. It'll probably look more like what they're going to do for soccer here. Basically, it'll be a section tournament is your culminating event, and that'll be the end of their entire season.
Wow.
So,
we talked a little bit about this earlier. Obviously, we wished it could be like it has been, but something is better than nothing.
Correct.
Our student athletes get a chance to go out and compete and wear the uniforms and get the rewards from all the years that they've put in.
Yep. I feel bad for a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to get to see them play in person, but I want to say that through the efforts of yourself, Mr. Maddie, our school, making a concerted effort with Mr. Erkey to get these live streaming games done and maybe even upgrade even a little bit more and have more options with our live stream, that we are still going to bring games. Even if you're not allowed in our gym to watch, we're going to have volleyball on air.
Yeah, so a little bit about that. So Mr. Henry, Mr. Matty, Mr. Tyson, and like you said, Mr. Urke has been very supportive of this. Um, we, for sure, all home games, and we're hoping that for volleyball we can get the away games going too. If we get the equipment in time, a second kit here I know has been ordered. We would potentially even start doing some away soccer games. We'll have to see, but our hope is to football, volleyball, that we can get all those games covered. I think we can actually simulcast 2 live events at the same time, so that would be good. And then hopefully that sets us up for, everybody keep their fingers crossed for a winter season as well. And I believe October 1 is when we hear about that.
Yep, I think the other big news coming out of the State High School League is going to be next Thursday, a week from today. They're going to try to set the calendar for the rest of the year. And just speculating here now, when will we start wrestling? When will we start cheer? When will we start dance team? It's all speculation, but I think they're going to try and do the best they can not to overlap too much. Right now, we've always been okay with this, Mr. Arsvold. You can play both soccer and football,
Yeah.
It's not easy, but you can do both, and we are going to allow that and still promote that at our school. I think it's a good thing. And some of these boys that are out here playing soccer for us tonight will also be a big part of our football team. And I think a lot of them are still going to do both, and that's good for them. But we are going to probably have an idea what the rest of the year looks like. I know there's even people in the stands tonight asking me about the German trip or the Spanish trip. And we're talking the summer of 2021, which I know sounds weird when I say it, but that literally is, 9-10 months away. But they need to know. They need to book a trip. And so I think we'll get a better idea of not only what the postseasons will look like, but also when will we start a wrestling, a basketball, a dance, a baseball. When will we start them? I think we'll have a better idea after the October 1st State High School Board of Directors meeting.
Well, awesome. Well, Mr. Flem, one last thing. I just want to say, in the last few years, and I'm going to give you credit for it as our activities director. Our field, our stadium over here continues to improve. New lights came in, was that 2 years ago, I think, nice and bright. And we just got a new sound system, and it sounds beautiful. The track was refinished. Is that the correct term?
I think technically resurfaced.
Resurfaced,
is
okay.
not really the word either. I think we added some UV protection to it. We painted it again, and we got new lines down.
And I mean, it just looks sharp.
Yep.
It really does. So.
I know you're trying to give me a compliment, RZ, but we say it enough. Without the organizations like BNF, and I'm even going to give a plug to an organization I'm a part of with Bulldog Youth Baseball. We are doing updates to our facilities, and I know Mr. Urke is big on this too, and I think it takes a lot of us to do it, whether it be organizations banding together with the school, BNF and BYB and things like that. Mr. Peters done a good job back behind us here updating his facility for softball. He's got a nice looking facility for softball, and I agree, but I cannot take probably much credit at all. We have a lot of great people that are making it happen. Let's get back to live action. Thanks for having me, Mr. Arsvold.
Thank you. As looked like Derek Badger was going to get a shot. Mr. Flatham, always a pleasure to have you. So a lot happening in the world of high school athletics. Oh, nice shot. Trying to see the number there. I think that was Alex Jacobs with that shot. Lots happening in the world of athletics. I think Mr. Flatham, you heard him say it though too. As much as we would love to have all of our traditional games, seasons, postseasons. Something is better than nothing. And so really excited that, we've been having boys and girls soccer and cross country. We'll be adding the football, volleyball, and keep our fingers crossed and that we can bring in the others too: cheer, dance, basketball, wrestling, and of course spring golf and softball, baseball, track. Approaching the 36-minute mark. If you're just joining us, the Bulldogs jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Two goals scored within probably just 2 minutes of each other by senior captain Jacob Gonstanzik. Caledonia came back with a goal to cut the lead 2-1, and that is where we sit. Isaac Gander trying to work the sideline. All right, so Caledonia sets up a corner kick. Eric Meyer, cleared by the Bulldogs. Badger trying to send over Gonstanzik. He's got Badger up ahead. Badger's getting ready to take a shot. Just off the post.